we thought it was. And actually, that was the first big fight we had with Yahshua. He wanted all of us fasting, praying, being attentive, so he can come down and consummate the marriage with Israel. Instead, he caught us flirting and having a period. We were flirting with the Egel HaZahav. Were we not?
Yes. Yes.
Do you understand I'm talking in intimacy terms?
Yes.
To make it real to you? These are intimacy terms. He found us being unfaithful, flirtatious, and in infidelity. So we weren't ready on Mount Sinai, even though many rabbis teach that Yahweh married Israel on Mount Sinai. He wouldn't touch us on Mount Sinai, my friends. He even gave the 10 Commandments again on Yom Kippur as a means of atonement because he wasn't happy with the way we were preparing ourselves to meet our bridegroom on Har Sinai. And so Yahweh says, no, I am going to push back this intimacy. I am going to take the consummation that I desire with Israel, and I will push it back months later. How many months? It is now 3,500 years later of 7 months, and he is nowhere close to consummating this age in his relationship with us. Why? Because over the past 3,500 years, we have had many periods and many times of infidelity and unfaithfulness where Yahweh refuses to touch us and consummate the plan of the ages. Our rabbis teach us that in every generation, Moshiach is ready to consummate this age and begin the Messianic age. But he looks at every generation to determine if they're ready to enter into the Messianic age. He looks at the generation and he says, unfaithful, perverted generation, how long must I bear with you? That's the Hazinu. Yeshua is not speaking his own words. He's speaking the, thank you, he's speaking the Hazinu. So you know what? Let's be honest. When we go into the Sukkah, in that flimsy tent, you know it's a reminder? You know what it's a reminder? That we're really not ready. We're still in process. We're still works in process. But because we're works in process, and we know Yeshua hasn't given up on us, and we certainly haven't given up on Yeshua, we say, please, Father, take us, all of us, brains, heart, mind, spirit, soul, eyes, lips. Let us sing with Art Garfunkel, that song. Why are you looking at me like that? That's very high tone, I can't sing it. I only have eyes for you. Does Art Garfunkel sing that? I only have eyes, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
For you. Right? That's it. It's all eyes. No, I can sing. Don't rebuke me. You've done your share of rebuking. The Reverendo. Check this out, man. It's like, I know I'm not ready, but I want to be, I want to get your attention. And the lulav and the etrog flying all over the place. It's cool, notice. It's reaching out to the bridegroom. Begging and seeking consummation. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Perhaps Torah places Sukkot at the end of time to give us the context and the healing of the healing that needs to take place and the work that yet needs to be done. After months and 3,500 years of engagement and betrothal, we spend the days before the wedding in clear-headed contemplation of both the gravity and overwhelming joy being in the dynamic, vibrant, and deeply committed relationship. It's overwhelming. The joy of being in a real, dynamic, vibrant, deeply committed relationship with Yeshua. We fast on Yom Kippur, knowing that it purifies us and prepares us for the consummation with our heavenly bridegroom. What is really Yom Kippur in the timeline of Yahweh, Darryl? It is the bride doing what? Cleansing herself for the consummation.
Yes.
And now, we come to the wedding day of Sukkot. Sukkot ought to be for weddings. We go to the outdoor chuppah, bedecked with greenery, flowers, decorations, a view of the stars. We thank our lucky stars even though we don't believe in luck. 7 days of feasting and rejoicing. During Sukkot, the ingathering, the facility called the Day of the Agricultural Ingathering, the Fall Ingathering, facilitates in us an internal process that leads us to experience, ultimately, echadness with Yeshua, where the boundaries of duality end. Is just Him in you and you in Him. And He wasn't kidding. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be cute. There's an intimacy that can only be described in those kind of terms. Can I hear a good amen? Amen. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. It is not coincidental, brothers and sisters, that the word simcha, which means what? Joy. Zman simchatenu, the bride, the many brides that make up the one bride, the plural bride, simchatenu, the time of our rejoicing. Not one member is rejoicing. The bride of Yeshua is made up of many brides, the 10 virgins, not one, but the 10 virgins, 5 wise, 5 foolish. The simcha cited in the mitzvah of rejoicing is actually a euphemism for the desire for the consummation and the wedding. Metaphors liken the Sukkah itself to a wedding chuppah. The 7 days of Sukkot, don't miss this, the 7 days of Sukkot are likened unto the 7 encirclings of the bride around her bride.
Wow.
Very nice.
You can't.
Every day we go into that sukkah, we are making one more circle around Yeshua.
Amen.
One more. Until after all 7 circles are done. What happens after all 7 circles are done? The vows are exchanged, and they go in, the couple goes into their bridal chamber.
Wow.
Amen.
You glad you came?
Amen.
You glad you came?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Baruch Hashem.
Yeah.
They're likened. The 7 days of Chag Sukkot. Are any of those 7 circles a time of bitterness and mourning? No, only joy.
Not at all.
One circle is joy, second circle is joy. It's culminating in climax, the climax of the vows and the consummation. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. We have a Yiddish word for it, we won't use it. We'll keep things kosher. She's laughing. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. The 7 circles that the bride makes around the bridegroom in the marriage ceremony. The blissful union of a Hebraic marriage that takes place, and then on the 8th day of Shmini Atzeret, the separate eternal celebration that is tied to Sukkot but is not Sukkot, we live forever with our brides. We consummate on the 7th day. We do our vows, we consummate, and then the 8th day we just live happily forever and ever. That's what the 8th day is. You know what the 8th day is like? I've heard it said. It's like the king who is consummated with his bride. And the bride, the king is ready to go. And the bride begs the king, Bali, my master, my husband, can you stay one more day with me? Can you stay a day with me, an additional day, an extra day, and never leave?
One more day, we'll never leave.
One more day that never ends. King, please, I've enjoyed this intimacy, I've enjoyed this consummation. Can you stay with me one more day? But P.S., in this day, never leave or forsake my dwellings, our dwelling. Did I get anybody in this?
Oh, no. Not at all.
Beautiful.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
When we met, when did we meet this Yeshua? By the blood of the Lamb. We met him way back, 3,500 years ago. And then we had a really rocky road as a people. But when we met, we knew that that was the one.